People, right now we are locked in on the One Shot Podcast, coming to you live right now from the studios of 99.7 Heat Miami, officially a part of the iHeartRadio family. If you have not do this for me, download the iHeartRadio app. And I want you to type in 99.7 space the Heat, DA space HEAT Miami. We have been with iHeartRadio for 4 years now. We are one of the most visited radio stations on the site for independent music. Everything we play is radio edited, of course, because we are on iHeartRadio. We play the most trending and dopest music in EDM, pop, R&B, and hip hop, neo soul, and obviously uncut diamonds in the world of independent music. The One Shot Podcast, it was designed, it was created to give a voice to artists that were truly getting it out the mud. And most importantly, they had pushed their chips all to the middle of the table to say, I am betting on myself. This is what I'm doing. They're not leaning on a particular manager or a person to be responsible for their success. They know in this life, you got one shot to really blow and do it right. So we believe in them. Most importantly, we believe in their grind and their hustle. Today, I'm speaking with a young king. I say that very profoundly, a young king. That is not only making waves out here in these digital streets, but in his community, he is creating footprints that will presumably last for a very long time. He takes his brand seriously. He's putting the money and the resources behind making sure that he goes to that next level. And we're honored, super honored with him and the Royal Studios team down there with Aaron. Shout out to her and the whole team with Radio Push to All Minutes Legal. We're honored to have my brother AceTheDon. AceTheDon on the One Shot Podcast, powered by the Music Hypebeast Network, syndicated on iHeartRadio. My brother Ace, what's good, family?
Yo, what's happening? I appreciate you for having me. You know what I'm saying? Whole lot of down stuff, whole lot of royalty stuff. Shout out to the whole team.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, man. It's a great thing to be in this position and what we're doing. So I wanna jump right into it. When you think about, right, everything that you've endured up until this point to be in this game, talk about some of the sacrifices you've made to get to this point where you are now. What's some of the things you had to just give up and, do without?
I would say when you in this lane, you really just gotta like think about what's stopping you from constantly pushing yourself here and here. And a lot of that comes with just going outside, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Can't go outside every weekend if every weekend isn't you pushing what you're trying to push. You're just going outside to have fun. The fun gonna happen. That's the one thing I had to
Mm-hmm.
realize. The fun is going to happen. Things is gonna happen, but you still need to always put what you want because you're the only one who know where you want to go. So you gotta push. You gotta put it in front of people, and the less you do that, the more work you're gonna keep doing. Because
Mm-hmm.
now every time it's let me make up for the time I missed because I decided to spend 300, 500 to have a good weekend in Miami. You could have spent that 300, 500 on your craft. And now you know, now you're getting a show in Miami. Would you rather go turn up in Miami or get a show in Miami? So it's just kind of like I had to drop people, I had to drop jobs and different things to make sure that I'm putting myself in a position that's always leading forward, never
Mm-hmm.
sideways in other directions. You know, I want to go to the path I'm looking to go to. So I'm dropping friends, so-called friends, females, drop the job because they take too much of my time. You just got to really figure out what's going to help you go here. So you got to really look at your puzzle pieces.
Let me ask you this. You could be doing anything in the world. Music is so different now because of AI. So many variations have happened. Um, I mean, literally, you are competing against other regular artists and artificial intelligence. So you really got to have a fan base out here in these streets. I mean, days of streaming, waiting on playlists is gone. Why are you betting on yourself so much?
I'm betting on myself because that's what I was taught. I was raised to, my mom raised me to realize that the world looks at me at a different way. No matter how much I work hard and do all this, the world is still gonna have a perspective on who I am. So all I can truly do is work my narrative, put what I need
Mm-hmm.
to push, and at the end of the day, as long as I see that I became the person I intend to be, all the other outside noises don't really matter. Because at the end of the day, it's I gotta show you something. And what I
Mm-hmm.
showed you allows you to connect with me.
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't connect, then I'm gonna keep pushing, you're gonna keep pushing. But if we connected, then let's go. Let's take that connection and let's see how the connection goes. And that's how you get tuned in with the music. You connect with this song leads you to this one, to that one. It's all a matrix, but me as a person, as an artist, I gotta control the matrix at all times.
Let me ask you this. Talk about a little bit of your childhood. And I'm not going to get into everything, but from the perspective of what were the things that shaped and molded you early on to be on the path you're on now? Like, were your family playing music, early on, did you come from a very music driven family, or did you come, just like what was your environment like to kind of build you up to say, I'm going to be this MC?
I feel like probably for a lot of people, I
Mm-hmm.
grew up in the church. So a lot of times in church, choirs, things of that nature. And my mom, she's always been an individual that plays different types of genres. So she's never just stuck to one genre. When we were in the car, she picked me up from school. I hear all types of different genres. So I always had like a broad perspective on what music is. And it's never just this one thing. It's multiple entities of things, but depending on you know expression. So that just being open to all different types of music, and then the choir getting the structure, just singing and learning the music, and just letting letting that energy just take hold of you. That did something to me as a kid. I'm just like, yo, this is something about this makes me feel good. Something about this makes me want to express in the same way as this person did. So I just always been put in areas and places that allow me to hear music, allow me to just express myself. I think it's probably the hardest thing to do growing up as a young black man is to truly be able to express yourself without having the outside forces try to belittle you and put you into a box. So I appreciate my mom for that. She definitely allowed me to express myself creative aspect.
I want to ask you this. When you think about some of the, and it's a two-way question, Ace. People, this is AceTheDon right now on the One Shot Podcast, powered by Music Hypebeast, and also syndicated on 99.7 The Heat Miami, officially a part of the iHeartRadio family. When you think about the dark times of your childhood, how how did those moments, kind of like propel you to where you are now?
Mhm.
Like, what were some of the hard times that your family got through that made you, or it could not have been hard. Well, it could have been a difficult situation. I don't mean you were poor or anything like that. I'm just saying, what were some of the moments that you recall that helped shape and mold your character?
A lot of it came through um, with because my parents they weren't married. Me, they just had me. They weren't married, but when by the time I came, by the time I was birth, they were separated. So dealing with that was probably like a big thing on how I saw
Mm-hmm.
adults
Mm-hmm.
in the world and taking uh, accountability and ownership of your actions. And so I would say that really led me to, hey, if I'm gonna say I'm gonna be here, then I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna show up and you're gonna feel me. And that just comes from someone telling me they're gonna be here and then they never show up. So I took that as if I'm gonna be somewhere, I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show you who I am, why I'm here, and I'm gonna support you because you support me. So that's really a major thing I learned to like take accountability of your actions. If you're gonna be this person, walk like you want to be this person. You can say all the words in the dictionary, but the real question is, how are you moving? You can tell me every
Mhm.
word in the dictionary, but if you never step outside, why would I believe anything you got to say?
Yeah, no,
And
that's
that was,
true.
so that was the major thing that I would say for me was just having accountability for myself, being who I say I am, and then walking in that path. That's what I learned at this time. Be who you need to be and support the people who support you. That's what I learned as a young kid.
Let me ask you this. When you think about when you really think about your support system, right, along this journey, who has been, whether it's one person or group of people, well, who has describe your support system, who they are, and explain what they mean to you.
I say my biggest support system is always it's always gonna be moms. Mom's like, when I told her I want to do music, she was just like, "Oh, as long as you got a plan." That was always her main thing. You got a plan and you executing it, then she got
Mm-hmm.
no problem getting behind you and supporting it. Same with other members of my family. They see that you want something and they see that you're putting the work into it, they'll support it all the way as long as they can see the work. They got to see the work. And then I would also say Miss Aaron, Royalty Studios, uh, WC and King, got Roya and K Murder. We all put in support with each other. We all respect each other's crafts. So when we go to these shows that we throw in, they right there. They camera, they get you hype. They talk to you, make sure you're good inside. So it's good to have the support from your family, but it's also good to have support from the other family that you didn't know was going to be a family. So I got
Mm-hmm.
support in different areas, and they push me in different ways that help me be who I need to be.
I like that. We're gonna we're gonna go to commercial break real quick, and then we're gonna jump back into this session. All right, people. People, Look TV is a very important component for consumers who want to watch commercial-free television. The greatest thing about Look TV is that when people are watching AceTheDon's video, music video, or documentary, if they like what they're seeing, they could, from their phone, they can leave him a tip via PayPal or their credit card. And with Looko TV, the content creator, they receive that money. So it's like Netflix on steroids. So imagine watching something on Netflix and you wanted to give Michael B. Jordan a tip. So that's what Looko TV is about. So let's get into it. Let's see what Looko TV is talking about. Here we go. In 2025, it is about controlling the narrative, controlling your creative works. Most importantly, monetizing your content at the highest level. You are not going to create a music video, run ads, throw it up on YouTube, and that's it. You are going to have 200 of your super fans come to Look Who TV, www.lookhu.tv, and watch your own television series. And when they watch your music video or your documentary, they can leave you a tip of what they feel you deserve. Imagine someone tipping you $50 and you keeping 80% of that, $40 on one visit for one of your super fans. Now you're in a network with over 500,000 unique visitors per month. Tap in with Look Who TV, LOOKHU on Instagram. Radio Push is stamped and approved. Let's get it. All right, people, you know what it is, man. Look Who TV. It's important that you lock in with Look Who TV. We have a partnership with them where artists now can launch their own Netflix TV channel. So it's super dope. And AceTheDon, Aaron to get with you about that for sure, man. All right, we
For
are
sure.
locked in right now with my brother AceTheDon. Ace, let's talk a little bit. I want to go back in time a little bit to your roots. You were born where?
I was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 918, Black Wall Street.
All right, Black Wall Street for sure. I think that was back in 1925, right?
You talking about when the situation happened, or when
Yeah,
they
that was,
first like
yeah, Black Wall Street back in
that
1925,
was,
right?
that was 1931 when they dropped the bomb.
Yeah, but before then it
It
was
would have been
thriving.
yeah, it would have been like yeah.
Mm. So, what is your relationship with your city?
I would
Like,
I always got a love for the city. It's just how my city is very it's a lot of violence. It's a lot of violence. I know other people go through the same thing. It's a lot of violence. Um, even though
mm,
we have a lot of things that we see we want to do and build ourselves up, I say it's gotten better, but other people's perspective, they don't think it's pretty bad, especially with First 48 and all of that. But I can see, the people back home and what they're talking about and how they want to move. And I've seen people bring in some things to the town to, build it up. Like this guy named Keys Prince, he started doing this rap battle league out there. And I started, giving us some
mm,
looks, giving us some pushes and having other people come through. And he done some videos like Nip before, RP, to Nip. He done moved himself in ways and allowed the people in the town to see that, hey, just cause we here, don't mean we can't be here. You just gotta push and move. And there's a lot of other people that's doing the same thing. So I can see the movement happening in the city. It just still needs them pushes from like-minded individuals that can see our town's true potential.
definitely. I want to go into this part here. I'm a firm believer in face-to-face marketing, guerrilla marketing, grassroots. Do you feel comfortable walking through your city and speaking to the women at Target, Walmart, hitting the barbershops, pushing your product to the people? Like, you feel comfortable with that?
I could definitely do it. I personally need to be doing more of that, the face to face, because at the end of the day, that's always going to be the bread and butter. At the end of the day, no matter how far we get along, that face to face is always going to lock in the deals. I need to do better with that
Okay,
personally.
I
I
respect
know I
that,
can
man.
go back in my town. I know I can go back in my town and but I know I need to do better on that. Like that's rule number one. Know your weaknesses and bring them to the light and then work on that. That's a big thing. So I need to work on that. I'm working on that as we speak.
We're living in a world of like, you know, of AI now. We are officially in the AI era. Like it's you know, I have music right now from artists that use Suno, and
Mm,
the music the music is the music is amazing. Like when I say the music is amazing, like I mean I'm hearing music, Ace, that sound crazy. I'm like, I can't even believe that this is AI. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't even believe that this is AI and this is it. But it goes back to this is where we are. Uh, what is? Tell me your thoughts on the as far as in the world of AI. And before you do, I want you to hold that thought. I want to play you something real quick. This is an AI, a song that was made by an artist on Suno, and I want you to tell me what you think about it. It's called "Bad Choices" by my brother Scrappy James, represent Jersey. Listen to this record. I want you to think about it. Oh. No, I'm in this place. I know I made my choice. Every night I dream, I can still hear your voice. I won't ask you to wait, cause it wouldn't be fair. But if you choose to stay, I'll be grateful, I swear. All I have now is our memories. Wanna see you happy, even if it's not with me. I won't ask you to wait, cause it wouldn't be fair.
pride, chasing dreams that were wrong. Thought I could win it all, but I lost where I belong. So
Crazy, right?
Yeah,
That's crazy right there, man. I was like, I walk like 7 miles a day. And when the head of our business communications, Michael Trotman Commotion said it to him, I'm like, who is this? He's like, man, that's one of my guys. He did a track on Suno. So I know you don't sing, but what's your thoughts on Suno AI music? Like, what's your thoughts about
um, that's a hard one because if it's coming like that, most people's biggest thing with AI and trying to do music is we were thinking that it wouldn't have the soul, but based off of that, you feeling something.
it?
You feeling something. So
Yeah.
you have to think, okay, we know we got souls and whatnot, but is there an equation? Because that's all
Oh
it's
yeah.
using. It's an equation, frequency, and you can hit that. It don't. You can tell it don't matter if it's just a human scene, as long as it can hit them areas of that's impactful to people. That's another job gone. If it's that
Mhm.
easy, that's another job gone. Because that's crazy. And guess what? With that, it's always gonna be right. How do you beat something that's always gonna give you a good song? Always.
Right.
Yeah,
And you
that's
see, yeah, like, and Timbaland made a lot of waves when he signed that AI artist. Everybody was mad. But how does this light a fire underneath you as an artist? Like to say, I got to, because you got to get on your game harder now.
I would say at the end of the day, it's still something that you can do that the AI will never be able to do. And that's a face to face like you was talking about. The AI is not
Mm,
going to stand up and go walk to you and me and tell you how life is. That's where you always gonna win at. Is an actual connection. That's one type of connection that it got you. Me and you, we can do multiple connections just by me standing in front of you. There's so many things we can
yeah.
align ourselves with that allows you to
Mm,
see me, not just as an artist, but as another individual. You might say, "Oh, you like to go fishing? I like to go fishing. What type of bait you like?"
mm,
And if we didn't connect it outside of the music, because people got to realize everything ain't the music. Everything is life. Life allows you to get the music. So we live in life, music. So you just got to figure out the other ways that brings in that connection. It's not always just music. It might be your creativity and how you deliver your music. They like how
yeah,
your artwork is. They like how
that
you
human,
dress.
right. Yeah, that human element is serious.
It's serious, and the bad part about that is the human element is dwindling because of AI and technology. People are less likely to communicate face to face. So it's like your best resource is slowly being taken away from you in front of your eyes, and you still need to learn how to speak and communicate. And I'm seeing a lot of these new kids; they do not know how to speak and communicate with you. It's really
Hmm.
like the whole conversation is like, yeah, cool, yeah. I'm like, what did I just learn from you? Nothing. We speak to each other so we can learn something, connect on
Got it.
something.
Tell me this. I got three more questions for you before we jump out of here. What do you feel is, I know you got several things, but what do you feel is unique about AceTheDon? What is one of your competitive advantage? Like Nas had this, Big had this, Pac had this, but what is your competitive advantage?
I say my biggest tool is my voice, and not just me
Mhm.
singing and whatnot. It's when I can get a face to face with you and you hear what my mind is on. Once you're able to pick my brain, then you start looking at me in a different light. Cause now you're gonna get your perspective on just looking at me. But now you're able to. I didn't even think that you would think like that. Okay, so
Mhm.
then let me get into. That's what I've always learned that. people talking to me, they end up wanting to know more just off of like, what do you think about that? How do you think about
Mm-hmm.
this? And that's how I feel
Mm-hmm.
like my music comes. Like it's gonna give you an answer to something that you're looking for. The question is, do you know what you're looking for? Because I can
Right.
give you an answer. I can give you an answer to a whole bunch of things in the world. But if you ain't telling me what you're looking for, then I'm just speaking words. That might not even
Mm-hmm.
hit you nowhere. But if you tell me what you're looking for and I give it to you, now you got the answers. Now the question is what you gonna do with the answers. And that's all I ever do with anybody who's ever spoken to me. I'll give you an answer. Now the question is, what's your question? 'Cause I can always give you an answer. And then what you gonna do with that? That's on you.
Let me ask you this question right here. We're coming up. The year's basically over. We can just
Yes.
say that, right? We
Absolutely.
have the year is basically over right now. Uh, you you expect a lot from yourself. I can tell by the way you're speaking. You hold yourself accountable at the highest level. With that being said, what are some things that you have not done that you know you need to do in order to take this thing to another level? Like, what do you need to change about your life to do that?
Discipline. You know,
Mm,
discipline, key factor. And not just discipline on having the consistency to keep doing music, to keep pushing the music and taking time, but the discipline in your
mm,
everyday life. There's things in my everyday life I need to have more discipline with because me making sure that anytime I get done washing the clothes, folding, put them up. That little bit of discipline
yeah, a
allows you
little
to have
bit.
that same outlook on something else that you're doing. Once I started this, let me finish it. Put it all up. And that's discipline. It might not seem in your eyes that it connects to here, but it connects. The
For
moment you
sure.
can have some discipline, that means you can put discipline to anything. And then you start figuring out a plan and execute that. But working on discipline is key for me. That's the main thing my mom always hit me to always threw at me. Discipline. You gotta discipline yourself. Got to
Mm,
clean
yeah.
up. Take care of that. Because if you clean up and take care of that, then guess what you always gonna do? You're gonna clean up and take care of yourself. You'll clean up and take care of anything you put yourself into. And you're gonna make sure it's what? Finished. And that's how you're gonna get to what? A finished product. And that's gonna get you to consistency. Because you
Mm,
can't be consistent if you don't have no discipline. And the discipline also allows you to look at your consistency and look at, okay, I might be putting this out and putting this out, but what else? Your discipline
mm,
allows you to see what else to add in. I can do
that's
this.
right.
But I'm being just plain with that. I can also throw this in and throw this in, and I'm still doing this. It's just extra little pieces. Discipline
Right.
allows me to see the bigger picture and then execute and make the picture where I really see the picture.
Got it. What have you enjoyed the most about being on the One Shot podcast today?
I really just say just the respect, and I really do like the questions. The questions is really good questions. Really dive you into who I'm supposed to be as an artist and as a person and the individual. So I respect that. And I respect how you pushing and moving and giving people opportunities and chances.
Well, listen, Aaron is going to she's going to show you your folder because we have your music playing on Power 102.8 Los Angeles. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Power1028LA Official. Can you do that real quick? Make sure you do that, Power1028LA Official. And then follow our iHeartRadio station, 997 The Heat Miami Official, okay?
Yeah, I got you. Be there.
Yeah. So
He was saying,
Instagram
take
is
notes.
Yep. So Power 1028 LA official. That's easy. Power 1028 LA official. That's on IG. And then the other account is for 997 The Heat, DAHEAT Miami official. All one word. All right.
Too easy.
Too easy, my brother. Listen, let me just brag on you for 30 seconds, and then we got to jump out of here. We're 30 minutes in. I appreciate your humility. I appreciate your honesty, your transparency. We're looking forward to doing major things with you. We have some college female students on Instagram I want you to start networking with, so you can really start moving. All right.
Okay, bet. Too easy.
All right, man. So like I said, Aaron gonna be in contact with that, and we're gonna get it in and rock our heart. All right. So anyway,
Yes,
peace and
sir.
love. I'm with you 100%. Don't forget to hit that red button and make sure you follow Radio Pushers and Radio Pushers TV on Instagram. You can't forget that. Radio Pushers and Radio Pushers TV. All right. And listen, we're gonna add you to the group chat on Instagram. It's like over 200 artists in there, so we're gonna add you in. All right.
Bet. Love.
All right, cool, man. Let's get it, man. AceTheDon people representing Black Wall Street, Oklahoma, Tulsa. You already know what it is, man. Let's get it. One.